Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tori if you're new here, and today I plan to head to the grocery store, our local market if you will, and find a few things that will help us get through the rest of the week. The goal is to spend less than $40 on a family of 6 for the week by shopping my shelves and shopping the discount stores and some locally owned stores, as well as shopping my garden. So I'm super excited. It's like mid-June here in Pennsylvania, very humid and warm, but the garden has some goodies for us, and I'm so excited to take you out there and show you what we have. And then I wanted to take you through the pantry and just pull out some items that I will be using this week in most of our meals. So if you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Tori. I am a wife and mother to 4, and we live in rural Pennsylvania. We absolutely love saving money, and we love to show you how you can do that in this economy. If you enjoy that kind of content, definitely hit the subscribe button. We would love to have you. If you feel like introducing yourself in the comments below, I am an open book and love to talk with each and every one of you when I have the chance. I would love to know how you all are saving money. If you care to share, down in the comments down below, and let's get right into the video. We are in the kitchen now, and I have been doing this for so long, and I have never shared it, believe it or not, on the channel. I am a total visual learner, if you don't know that about me, and getting everything out and seeing it just helps my mind so much more. It shows me, you know, what we have and what we have to work with. I find if I even go through and do a little inventory on a sheet, I'll lose the sheet. So this is just helpful for me. Call it like a photographic memory, but if you're anything like me, try this out. So we have quite a bit to work with, so we don't really need to spend much at the store. The goal is to keep it under $40. So fingers crossed, I know we can do this. We'll be staying home a lot, so I have faith that I can get a loaf of sandwich bread going, or maybe some tortillas, or just easy freezer meals, and we can easily just have a meal plan that we can stick to. I'm gonna go through here. I have a few ingredients, you know, here and there that I may not talk about, like oil and butter, peanut butter, just pantry staples. So if you have questions about that, just let me know. But this is pretty much what we have. And then we also have some seasoning. So we have pasta. So obviously a pasta night will be happening, or I could do half and half and do a pasta salad on the side of burgers. And then we could do a hot dish as well. I don't mind the Rouse. My husband got these on sale. Yep, so it's just the durum wheat semolina, so that's pretty good. We also have some long grain rice that I'd like to use up. I have some in my bulk storage right here, but I would like to use it here. And then for dairy, we have feta cheese and Monterey Jack cheese. So yeah, I have some feta. I froze that and kind of tried to peel it. So I do freeze a lot of dairy, and most of this inventory is from the pantry, but I also have fridge and freezer as well. I have these random ramen noodles with the flavor packet. We'll probably toss out the flavor packet and then just put this with whatever we have. We have some wild caught fish in there. I think it's shrimp, so this would be good with like a sweet soy sauce or something like that. We also have coconut aminos. I have these chickpeas, and I use chickpeas in a variety of ways, but I really like making like a mock tuna salad with a little bit of curry powder, or I like to crisp these up with olive oil or avocado oil, still with the curry powder, and make a little snack out of it if ever I am craving something salty. So I really like those. I'll probably do that with them, and then save the liquid aquafaba to make little meringue cookies. I've done that before, and they're actually really tasty if you flavor them the correct way. So you can add like a dark chocolate and vanilla to the meringue and bake them in the oven, and it just becomes like a little crispy cookie if you've never done that. We also have the Annie's mac. We are definitely now a 2-box family. Since we're a family of 6, we eat a lot. So this will just be a side one night, but these are really easy and they're relatively good on ingredients here. And then I also have dry beans that I haven't canned yet. So one of the days, I'm going to put these in low and slow for about 10 hours with some ham and some broth, and we'll just have ham and beans. That's a classic if you're new here. I also have some tuna, so we're going to do some poor man's crab cakes and maybe throw in some smoked salmon too. And we'll just mix that with some Old Bay if we have have some. And then I got this Chosen Foods Chipotle mayo for a dipping sauce, so that might be good. And I was just maybe gonna throw some curry powder in there. I wasn't sure. And then for the freezer, I have some of this ricotta and spinach gnocchi, Better Goods. This is from Walmart a while back, so we have that. We have some venison thawing out. This is your reminder to thaw your meat if you need to this week. And then I have my home canned freezer sauce. These are almost... Oh, I think we have 2 more sauces left, so that got us through the whole season. So that is really helpful for me because it tells me how many tomatoes I truly need this year or this garden haul, and I'll go out and show you what we're working with there. I only have 1 bed of tomatoes, and 1 bed of tomatoes helped us last year, so I really think it will help us this year. And then for meat, this is pretty much it. We have venison here. I have some pork that I pulled out of the freezer, and this is just shredded pork. And then I also have some ground beef, and that's it. So I think this is a really good base to work with. I know not everyone's pantries are the same, but I did want to show you that I have a lot of staples that I think a lot of people can relate to, like a meat and a sauce and maybe a canned protein. And, you know, if your pantry doesn't look like this, I have an entire emergency pantry playlist, and you can do this on the cheap. You can do this by spending an extra $2 to $5 a week just to bulk up your pantry so you can have something in the event of any emergency. So we're going to head outside, see what we can harvest from the garden, and then we are going to head down to our market. So one thing I've been trying to get better at lately is grocery shopping with an actual plan instead of just throwing random things into my cart and hoping they become meals later. That's actually one of the reasons I decided to meet with a registered dietitian through Nourish. I was looking for support with some budget meals that are clean and whole food friendly, and what I liked was that the advice felt personalized to me rather than another generic nutrition tip I saw online. The whole process was surprisingly easy. I booked a virtual appointment, met with my dietitian over Zoom. She was super sweet, and we talked through my goals and eating habits, what it's like postpartum for me, and what was realistically going to work for my lifestyle. One thing that really helped was learning how to build a grocery list that support my goals without making food feel so restrictive. A lot of the items in today's haul are actually inspired by some conversations I've had with the dietitian. I've also been using the Nourish app between appointments, and it keeps everything in one place, and I can browse recipes wherever and whenever I need meal inspiration. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that Nourish can help order lab blood work and walk you through the results. If you are on the other channel, you know that it's something that I've been wanting to do for myself, just being in a different state and going on my 4th postpartum journey. I really feel that this would support my goals, and it gives you a much more complete picture of your health. And if you're worried about cost, Nourish accepts hundreds of insurance plans across all 50 states. They also have the Nourish Guarantee, which means your initial appointment will never cost more than the estimate you receive beforehand. There aren't any surprise bills, and if you're interested in working with a registered dietitian or getting personalized nutrition care, check out Nourish using my link below. You can book an appointment in just a few minutes, and you can see if it's covered by your insurance. I had such a great experience with Nourish, and I'm super excited to meet with my dietitian. Right now we're doing some weekly appointments via Zoom, but we are probably going to go into monthly. We connected almost instantly, and I loved how personalized this was. She also is a mother, and it just feels like a great connection. I can't wait to see my goals really play out towards the summer and into the fall. I think it's going to be a game changer for my health and well-being. Our first stop is our little makeshift vertical garden, and we have so much basil, so we'll definitely be using this for some pesto. And then over here we have the cucumbers, and I was thinking we could use this as like a natural trellis system. I don't know, we'll see if it works, but everybody's doing good in here. Everybody meaning plants. And I'm really excited about this. The kids are having a good time. Plenty of lemon balm, and the goal is to use this for tea this week, but you can cook with lemon balm, and it just gives a really natural, flavor. Definitely not too citrusy, but I really enjoy this just as a tea. So we'll see where we can swap out some items there. Can't really eat anything in here yet, but it's fun to explore this early summer garden and see what exactly we can eat. Of course, yeah, the strawberries. She knows I'm going for it. This isn't enough for fruit for the week, but it works. Not ready yet. And of course, it would not be a video without showing off this hollyhock. Oh my goodness. Look how tall and beautiful. I wasn't sure what color was going to come from it. I'm not going to eat my hollyhock, but I did want to show you it in this video. So pretty. Can't wait for the others to bloom. Pumpkins are coming through nicely. We have spinach. They're not necessarily ready yet, but everything's just looking wonderful after the rain. I'm excited. Hi. Excited for the corn. Okay, we have some green beans. Not ready yet, but they'll be ready in some time. I've come over to grab some eggs. Good morning. Wow. Very handsome today. Holy feathers. You look good. Ooh, we have some chicken eggs. We definitely will use these. Let's go get a bucket. We do have some thyme and oregano and then some Amish tea, which is essentially what I'm gathering is from the mint family. They call it like a meadow tea. So yeah, super. Oh, fun. Super yummy. That is just so fragrant. We can definitely use this for seasoning this week and maybe some marinades for meat. Alrighty, my friends, we are back from the lovely day. Hopefully you saw some of the footage of this beautiful place that we live in. Honestly, I am just, every time we get in the car and go to these markets, I feel ever so blessed. So I'm excited. We did get some staples and then we got some just random things to complete our meals. And I really think this will get us through the month here, and we spent a total of $32. So we kept it under 40, and that's pretty awesome. Starting strong over here, I did get some bones so I could cook them down for the marrow. This is for my son. He's 10 months old, and I like to do that and then whip it up with some sweet potato. And you could even freeze that and put it in like a popsicle mold, which is what I like to do just so I can keep them coming. So I just do a big batch of that. If you're not aware of the ancestral way of life for your babies, that might be a fun one to look into if you have the time. I know it takes a bit of time making your own baby food, but I absolutely enjoy it. We got a cabbage here that we've already cut into. I love cabbage for halushki. I love cabbage for coleslaw, for sauerkraut, and we have quite a bit growing in the garden, but I think this will do us well. We have plenty just shredded up for salads already, and then we also have some onion. So I do have some onion underneath here. I like to keep it out of the light and away from my potatoes, and that really helps. We got some strawberries, and we're nearing the end of the season, so hopefully the prices will be going down because this was the most expensive thing that we spent our money on. Obviously, the sweet potatoes that we talked about. We did get some spring onions. I just like to have these in dishes to flavor them, and honestly, a little salt and pepper on these are tasty if you want a snack. I got a cucumber for salads and then some cucumbers for snacking. And then I might actually put a few of these into some of the pickle juice that we have in the fridge just to make a rebatch of pickles. I have some bell pepper here that I thought would be good in stir fry, and then the other half could be for egg cups in the morning. I also have some tomatoes here just for salads and to snack on. We really enjoy those. I did end up picking a loaf of bread up. She has the most minimal ingredients, and it's $3 a loaf, which actually beats my loaf math for me. So just for quick sandwiches, they'll be nice to have. And then a pretty big head of a pretty big broccoli crown, and it was $1.49. Yeah, $1.50. And there's a lot you can do with broccoli. So we like to do big batch of broccoli cheddar soup for half of it, and then the other half can be, just for sides and whatnot. But the broccoli cheddar soup, we eat one night, and then I, maybe factor it in for the week, or I just freeze it and I use it for baked potatoes. I can also mix it with a little bit of flour and shredded zucchini and make little broccoli veggie cakes that I crisp up in the oven. The kids love those. Those are really easy to make, and they get eaten every time. So I'm really excited. This is a good spread, very inexpensive, under $40. So woohoo. We have some things going to the chickens here. Over here, we have some bananas. They don't look the best. We have apples and then potatoes. And potatoes we can work with. We have a lot of wine bottles. These were all donated, and I use them for the garden just to water when I need to, so that's why that's there. But anyways, potatoes you can use for gnocchi, you could use for scallop potatoes, potato soup, baked potatoes. They are so filling and they're great for you, and we really love having them. So we have quite a bit of potatoes on hand that I can work with that I forgot to show. So I'm excited. I'm going to sit down with you here and try and figure out a meal plan, and then I will show you what we're making and then perhaps a meal or two. Okay, my friends, I figured this would be much easier for everybody to read, so feel free to screenshot this and or take a photo of the television with your phone, but I feel like this is the best way I can give you our weekly planner. As you know, we repeat meals a lot, we utilize leftovers, and when it comes to snacks, we are just eating plain whole foods, and I feel that really helps with my kids and my family, but that's just me. So here are some examples. Breakfast is usually a protein, a fat, and some sort of carb. Or we have fun days and do French toast, but we try and make it protein rich and balanced. And it doesn't go perfectly every time, but we try. We always have a roast or two in the crock pot per week. That's pretty standard of us, just so we can use different meats in different dishes. And then I wanted to do some make ahead meals. So I did the tuna pasta salad that I always do, and I also did this dip. It's like a pool dip with cream cheese. It doesn't have any bacon in it, but it does have raw carrots and cheddar, olives, and we can use that for vegetables. We could use it for chips and just about anything. You could use it as like a burger condiment if you wanted to. It's pretty versatile and the kids really love it. And there is some Greek yogurt in there, so it's doing some good stuff for us, and it tastes really delicious. And then here's an example of that gnocchi. I just browned up the venison, and then my sauce thawed out and I put it in the pan, and then I just popped the gnocchi in here. It does say that you should take some olive oil and let the gnocchi like fry up, but I just make it a one dish meal and it works every time. It's pretty decent ingredients on that gnocchi, but you know, it's not perfect. And then here we just have a pasta bake. So same situation, but with a white sauce. And my family really loves that. They can put some cheese on it if they want. We have broccoli in there, some turkey bacon. I love serving this with something fresh like a salad or cucumbers. And then we can't go a week without having a loaded baked potato. I have ketchup, bell pepper, avocado, and cheese on mine this week. Alrighty, my friends, that is going to do it. I hope this gave you some inspiration and motivation to save yourself some time and money in your home this week. Don't forget to check out Nourish in the description box down below, and I will catch you soon. As always, stay adventurous, stay creative. Bye, y'all.